I'm on another phone call, Bob, in 5 minutes. You're welcome to listen in. And then you bring in Sue, right? And then she says, what do I do? Well, you say you bring in a person a day. And then she says, well, how? Well, do what I'm doing. But here's what happens. You start bringing in a person a day, and all of a sudden your income starts going up just predictably, like clockwork. But then what's the next step? This is the key. Using the downline emailer or your email list in Aweber, whatever it is, just follow the instructions in our Facebook group. What you start doing, this is the brilliant end. You start sharing your story. And here's a really important thing, is that your story mirrors the system. Your story mirrors the system. What does that mean? It means, guys, I got on a webinar with Dave. I started bringing in one a day. It's been 60 days. I just made 10,000 in the last 30 days. Here's a picture of the deposits. Send that out to your list. And you know what happens? All of a sudden your team starts believing you. Because you don't just have 5. What happens is you've got, 60 in 2 months? Part-time? But what happens is out of the 60, you got 8 or 10 who are relatively serious. Not totally, but relatively. Plus you've got residual income going from the previous months, from recurring billings and pass-ups and all this stuff. But here's what happens. All of a sudden, one guy here, maybe your first or second, maybe your 18th, he says, you got to be shitting me. That dumb webinar where Dave Wood told us to get one a day, that worked, and here I am. I've been focusing on making myself perfect. Forget this crap, I'm doing it. And all of a sudden, because you set an example and you followed a system and you showed people how to do what you're doing by following the structure of the system and by using the system, and you show proof that the system works to your team, all of a sudden what happens is they start to believe it. You become the teacher, and that's how you cross over this line and unlock the exponential growth. How do you get to 100,000 a month? Well, that's how. What is it again? Well, first, believe it'll work. Second, get a person a day if you're part-time, 2 people a day if you're full-time. Third, after 60 days, email your results out. Show people, say, this is what I've been doing, exactly what I've been taught. These are the products that I learned, and this is the results that I'm getting, and it worked exactly like it was supposed to work. And email a dang picture out to your team and show them that it worked, and they're going to see that, and they're going to say, my dang sponsor got me in this deal. He's been getting one a day, exactly like Dave told him to do, and he's making, gosh dang, $10,000 a month. I'm not just in, I'm all in. I'm buying all these products, crossing over the line. The pass-ups will explode. Right? Make sense? How are we going to do it? By you succeeding. How are we going to do it? By me succeeding. How are we going to do it? By Chris Campbell and Jones getting to $250,000 a month, Tony Rush getting to $250,000 a month, Tracy Walker getting $100,000 to $250,000 a month. That's how we're going to do it. Right? How we're going to do it is you getting to $10,000 a month. How we're going to do it is 471 stinking radical, freakishly cool people decided to get all in on this webinar, and then they go out there, and they start making $10,000 a month. That's how we're going to do it. From you succeeding. Isn't that cool? Who decided tonight